Myntri Rangbah ke Sorkar Jylla Konrad ke Sangma Haka sengi balang kata Haka khandril tarik ubnail ber arjar arfuar ula Pyntip haying Dorbar thawany Haka Dorbar mang tengka ba ke Sorkar peneng kalasya bat ai jingbit na kebenta ban apply Iaki Laisen ban ti Dewiong bat ai shwa tangkhat Ngut bat bot Iaki kendon katkum ke juk start menta ban omjot kamariang ya kane ke jubab la pensngau Konrad ke Sangma Haka jingkeli belawan ra daw MLA kanong po constituency ba Emerald Bonds Haka kenta keli jingkeli haba jawab ya kedik jingkeli Konrad ke Sangma ulai tu bag jingti Dewiong menta kan longkat kum ki kendon jong mining bat kejuk start science bat ya kane on sedang no menta usnem.
Mr. Speaker, sir, reply to Star Question 121. Sir, in order to raise state's own tax revenue through scientific coal mining, state government, after the Honorable Supreme Court order and judgment dated 3rd of July 2019, allowing coal mining in the state in compliance of MMDR Act 1957 and Chapter 5 of Mineral Concession Rules 1960, has notified standard operating procedure for grant of prospecting license or mining lease for sustainable and scientific coal mining in the state, dated on 5th of March 2021, along with an office memorandum for applying to the Director of Mineral Resources to undertake prospecting operation for coal under the provisions of 2nd Proviso to subsection 1 of the Section 4 of the MMDR Act 1957. At present, there are 17 applicants who have submitted their application for grant of prospecting license for coal, and all have received approval of the central government, and they are now in the exploration stage for generating geological report before obtaining mining leases.
Honorable Speaker, sir, this is one of the major sector in the state which can bring huge revenue to our state, and it has effect and ramification to each and every household and family and all those petty businessmen, huge businessmen within the state. The state has suffered in the past few years, but we are happy to see that the process is on, that the scientific mining will take place where the process is on. And I extend my congratulations for this positive move by the department. So I would like to know from the Honorable Chief Minister, what is the expected or the anticipated revenue that the state will collect after this scientific mining will be made operationalized within the state? Roughly, sir, we would like to.
Sir, it's not possible to give a number because it all depends on how many licenses will be given and also how much of extraction will take place. So those numbers are arbitrary. I would not be giving the right figure if I were to even give an estimate. But just to give an idea to the House, that in terms of the royalty or the revenue that's collected, so there are 4 parts to it. The first part is the royalty, which is 675 rupees per metric ton. Then there's a cess of 300 rupees per metric ton. Then there's a district mineral fund, which is 10% of the royalty. And then there's a National Mineral Exploration Trust, and that's 2% of the royalty. So this amount, and mostly for the state, of course, it's the first two, which is 975, multiplied by the number of metric tons that will be extracted and sold. It will depend on that, sir. So I just wanted to give that number, but obviously we hope, sir, that we will be able to get maximum revenue in the days to come. Our people have suffered, the state government has suffered in terms of revenue, and obviously in terms of livelihood, this has affected a lot of people. So we are hopeful, sir, that now with these steps that have been taken, the Supreme Court's order that came out in 2019, and the process that is happening as we speak, we are hopeful, sir, that we will be able to give the mining lease to at least some of these individuals, and we hope that the scientific mining will start very shortly, and then the revenue flow will come in. So it's I'm not able to give a reply, sir, because I really don't know how many will get, when they will get, and how many will apply in the future, and obviously what kind of extraction will take place. But as I said, roughly in terms of per metric ton, I've given the figures, so we just have to multiply that with the extraction that takes place.
We have seen in the course of response, there are 17 applicants who have been approved by the central government. Now they are on the exploration stage for generating geological report. May I know the basic procedure for attaining this, for granting this geological report before obtaining mining lease?
So I'll just, for the benefit of the House, as well as the public in general, sir, because this is a very important question that the honourable member has asked. So there are two parts to the, or I should say 3 parts to the entire process. So first, of course, is the prospecting part. Now this requires, so as I said, that there's an SOP that Government of Meghalaya has come out with, and based on that SOP, which came out on the 5th of March 2021, we also then came out with an office memorandum on the 25th of March 2021. And in this, we have given the details of how the application is done. But just to give a gist of it, I don't want to go into the long details. So the minimum area is 100 acres, 100 hectares that has to be applied. So you have to have minimum 100 hectares. Sir. Number 2, sir, and this again is because of the scientific process. We understand that there are a lot of our miners who are having lesser and smaller pieces of land, but the scientific process and the guidelines that have been laid down requires a minimum 100. We will examine on how to change this in the coming days, but at least we want to make a start. So minimum 100 hectares, there has to be a non-forest certificate that has to be taken from Government of Meghalaya Forest Department. After that is done, sir, the applicant will have to get the land documents, the map, the soft copy, the different applications, forms. So there are a number of lists, sir, the whole list is here. I don't want to go into it as a full document. But the application basically then has to be submitted along with a fees of 5,000 rupees to the Secretary of Mining, Government of Meghalaya, sir. Once this is done, Government of Meghalaya verifies all of these aspects. We then forward it to the Government of India, Ministry of Coal. Once the Ministry of Coal receives it, then they approve the prospecting license and they communicate back to the state government. And the state government then allows the individual to then go ahead and do the exploration. That is when the individual landowner or the landowners will go ahead and do their geological survey / exploration. And obviously, so you require experts for that. And once those explorations are done, then this entire report is prepared. And once again, they apply for a mining lease through Government of Meghalaya again, to the Government of India, to the Coal Ministry. And once that is done, so the Government of India, after going through the exploration report, will then approve the mining lease. Will again give the prior approval for mining lease, which then the Government of Meghalaya will then communicate to the applicant. And based on that, then the third step comes in where the applicant then prepares a mining plan. And once the mining plan is made, the Government of Meghalaya once again sends these mining plans to the Government of India, Ministry of Coal. And Ministry of Coal then sends it to the Central Mines Planning Development Institute, in short form CMPDI in Dhanbad, which then vets the mining plan that is submitted by these individuals and accordingly approves them. Once the approval comes in, it comes back to the Government of India's Ministry of Coal, which then further communicates to the GOM, and then the order is issued. And once the order is issued, sir, if it is a land which is less than 150 hectares, then GOM can give the forest clearance, environment clearance, and if it is above 150 hectares, then Government of India has to give the environment clearance. And once the CTE and CTO is achieved or is given, then the notice, then the mining can start. And at the same time, the particular owner then has to then get a notification and inform the Directorate General of Mining Safety. And there's a nodal office of that in Guwahati. It has to be informed about the starting of the mining activities, sir. So this is in broad the application process, but as I said, it's much more complicated than what I have just said. But just wanted to give a brief idea for the benefit of the House and the public in general.
So I have said in my opening remark, this is a very important sector, the mining sector, which can bring huge revenue to the state. So I would like to know from the Honorable Chief Minister how long it will take to make it operationalized, because we would like to see in days to come better school, better health facility in the state, better road out of the revenue that will carve out of this coal, extraction of coal. So I would like to know the timeline of when shall it be made operationalized.
So as mentioned, I have stated the steps that are there, and already we have prospecting going on as we speak. It is not possible to give a definite timeline, but the process is moving very fast. We are getting a lot of support from Government of India, Ministry of Coal, and I will not be able to give exact time, sir, and I cannot give an assurance in the House, because as I said, whatever I say in the House is something, it has to be with facts and figures. But we do expect, in a best case scenario, we do expect that within this year itself, within this year, anything between 6 months to maybe 8 months time, we do expect that few of them will start getting approval for the mining plan also, and they should be able to start the mining activity very soon, sir. But again, as I said, it's all paperwork process. There are multiple agencies involved. It would be incorrect for me to say that definitely it will happen. But the way the speed is going, we do expect that we will see some results. And I just wanted to also share with the Honourable Member that it will be a process which may start off slow, because it's happening for the first time. So therefore, it will be a learning process for everyone, not just for the miners, for the landowners, but also for the government agencies. So while we do that, we may face a bit of delay in the first few cases, but as we move forward and we're able to streamline the process, people start getting used to it. I hope that we will see more applications coming in, more scientific mining happening, and that's when we will see that the growth of the revenue also may grow up exponentially, and we may reach the level of royalty and the non-tax revenue of the government at the same level that it used to be before we had the ban on coal mining in the state, sir. So to answer in short, sir, we expect that we will see some activity within this calendar year.
Last question.
Last question.
Yeah. So we happy to hear the elaborate response from the Honorable Minister. So in the course of response by the Honorable Minister, the minimum area will be 100 hectares. So there are many landowners with small land holding which they have. I would like to know from the Honorable Minister whether landowner has been provided hand-holding opportunities benefited to enable them to be benefited holistically, logistically from this business.
Sir, of course, I don't have the exact the list of activities that have taken place, but absolutely. So when the court order came out and when we started making these SOPs, we have had multiple awareness programs in different districts where coal mining takes place, and we have called the coal miners and landowners for a training program and explained to them what this entire thing is about. So the training has been done, and obviously, since it is in the interest of the state government also in terms of its revenue and the larger interest of the state and the people, we are providing support, hand-holding at every step. But of course, I don't have the whole list, but I do remember that, that we had done the training program multiple times in different districts, and we'll continue to do that, and it's on the basis of that only we are now seeing that a number of applicants and applications are coming in, sir.
Mr. Speaker, sir, while listening to the reply given by the Honorable Chief Minister, I feel myself it is only in the state of the coal mining, the way he explained about the petition. So I'm very much happy that according to the reply of the Honorable Minister, till date, 17 applicants from our state have already been applying and also getting the license from the central government. It seems that our people are very interested about the go for scientific mining. So may I know from Honorable Chief Minister, the 17 applicants, which part of district they belong, and name them of the 17 applicants, sir.
Sir, it's a long list. There are people from almost all the districts. I can lay it on the table of the House for the information. 17 of them, sir.
Mr. Speaker, sir, I would like to know from the Honourable Chief Minister. He has mentioned that the state's own tax revenue through royalty and cess will be increased. May I know if there is any increase in any revenue from the challans per ton?
No, sir. Basically, it's on the basis of the metric ton, that is on per metric ton basis. So, as I mentioned, sir, per metric ton is 675 in the royalty, and the cess is at 300. So, therefore, it is calculated on the basis of metric ton, sir.
Yes, sir. On the basis of metric ton, so once coal is extracted, it has to be transported. For that, the government issues a challan. May I know the amount of revenue that the government will get per metric ton through these challans?
So that details I don't have with me right now. But as I said, I have only details of the metric ton in terms of royalties.
Sir, I don't have the correct figures, but I was made to understand that the challan costs about 13 to 14,000 rupees per truck, which is about 12 tons. So it's not much of a rate. But in the market, they sell these challans for a very high rate. So let me put a direct question that to increase the government's own tax revenue, will the department consider increasing the cost of challans per metric ton right from the DMR department itself? Sir? This will only increase your coffers.
Sir, I'm not aware about the points, but of course I've noted the concerns. But as I said, the revenue, sir, is again per metric ton basis from the mining site, sir. And as the production goes up, so the metric tons also per metric ton revenue also will go up, sir. But I've noted the points, sir. I'll definitely examine, sir.
Yeah, comment, please.
So since the 17 applications now are already under procedure, what is the likely method of mining that we envisage in the state of Meghalaya?
Sir, I will not be able to answer that question. It's a technical question. But as I said, the CMPDI will be the competent authority that is going to put in. But obviously, so the main concern of Government of India and Coal Ministry and the CMPDI will be the overall process of having a scientific process and obviously looking into the kind of mines that we have, the kind of coal that we have, which is the best technology to be used. So very valid question, sir, but I'm not a technical person. I don't have that reply with me right now, sir. But as I said, it will be the CMPDI that is going to finally look into this aspect, sir.